Good morning or afternoon or whatever time period in the day it is for you when you're watching this. Today we're going to do a practice of meditation similar to what we are typically doing with the sitting and the breathing. But it's again a little different when it comes to the idea of being is what we're going to try to tackle today. Possibly might even do a second part next week. So, the feeling of being is what we are going, not being, being, B-E-I-N-G. So, being is natural to all of us, yet we don't typically take the time to experience what that means, kind of dive a little deeper. And so, in doing that, which is what we're going to do a little bit of today, um, we're going to hopefully then experience or name what that feels like, what being feels like. And it kind of opens a doorway then for you to feel an unchanging inner peace. So it can kind of connect you with something that maybe you haven't been able to connect with before. The feeling of equanimity and groundedness, compassion, joy, love, all of those things that are positive when you meditate that you can touch on and hold on to even when you're not meditating. In that process of kind of turning off the negative and holding on to your positive. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do things just slightly different, but not terribly. We're going to go ahead and get your seated position, whether that be in a chair where your feet are going to be flat on the floor, touching, legs parallel to the floor. I don't know how else you would really do that. However, so go ahead and sit in your chair or sitting on the floor, sometimes up on a block, as we've discussed before. If you want your hips raised, I find that to be more comfortable, my hips above the knees a bit. Crisscross applesauce with your legs. And we're going to take a moment and close our eyes if that's comfortable for you. If not, certainly you can just pick your drishti, something to focus your sight on. Take a moment now, relaxing your jaw, your eyes, relaxing your shoulders, arms and hands, relaxing your torso and hips, legs and feet. Now, as you're breathing, rest your attention on the sensation or sensations that are created by that expansion and release of your belly as breath comes into and flows out of your body. As your belly rises and falls, I want you to pay really close attention, resting between the thoughts, feeling the breath, letting those thoughts just pass through, paying more attention to that space in between the breaths. Notice where and how you experience the sensation of being. You could be experiencing being as an internal feeling of warmth or presence in your belly, in your heart, other parts of your body. So in between those breaths, keep your attention on those sensations that we will name and use to describe being. Noting which ones describe your experience. Everyone's experience could be a little different. So as you're inhaling and your belly is rising, and you're exhaling as your belly is falling, you're taking a brief space in between the breaths. And describing your own sense of being. Would you describe it as peaceful, grounded, spacious, calm, warm, well, loving, or secure, heart-centered, or connected? Putting your focus on that space, which of those would best describe your experience of being during this meditation? Don't put any pressure on yourself. Just whatever resonates with you. So how would you describe it? And where in your body is it located? When you're really focusing on simply being, does it feel as if time is slowing or stopping? Maybe you feel that you're temporarily outside of time. No past, no present or future. Still concentrating on that space, that feeling of being. You can go ahead and blink your eyes slowly open, bringing your hands to heart center. I hope that you received something out of this. It's kind of a concept that may be difficult to do on the first time, but don't put pressure on yourself and just try to access that space. That is your feeling of being, and how does it feel? And it can change from day to day, moment to moment. but just being able to find that and focus is kind of part of calming that mind and body experience and taking a break. So I hope that you enjoyed this meditation and that you continue to enjoy your day today. Namaste, friends.